Hello everyone, my name is Debashish Roy. I am the head of training and development in the Indian Cybersecurity Solutions, and I welcome you all to this special webinar today. And today's topic is a very important one, that is the GRE tunnels and IPSec over GRE in Cisco networks. Now, GRE tunnel is associated with VPN, yes, the virtual private network, and GRE is the generic routing encapsulation, that is the encryption protocol that you have in the VPN. Also, the IPSec, the Internet Protocol Security, and we often use IPSec over the GRE tunnel. So let's discuss that in detail now. So we'll explore the integration and functionality of GRE tunnels and IPSec within the Cisco network environments in case of the VPN. So we'll first begin with introduction to GRE tunnels. What is GRE? GRE tunnels create a virtual point-to-point connection between two networks, facilitating the transmission of various network layer protocols. Like if you're using VPN, then it can carry different routing protocols as well, the OSPF, IPsec, and EIGRP, all these protocols, and definitely GRE is for the encryption protocol. Now, to be precise, VPN by default is not a secure network because many persons have this idea that VPN is a very secure network. Yes, it is a very secure network, but if you use the encryption protocol wisely, like if I do not use the encryption protocol, what is the default protocol? PPP, point to point protocol. That is encryption and authentication. We use PAP, CHAP, all these very traditional ones, right? So these protocols are not so secure. But if you want to make it a secure network, then you want to use the different protocols like the GRE and the IPsec. So they are significant in networking as enable connectivity across different network types and simplify the design of complex networks. It can be deployed in point-to-point, point-to-multipoint, broadcast, NBMA networks, that is non-broadcast multiple access, in various forms. So we'll understand the GRE now, that is a tunneling protocol for this VPN. Now, GRE is a versatile tunneling protocol, and it actually is a tunneling protocol that allows for the encapsulation of various network layer protocols developed by Cisco. And GRE actually provides a point-to-point connection over an IP network. So point-to-point means that your serial connections, serial links are actually they're connecting between two networks. And there you have, say, the VPN tunnel, and you have the GRE or the IPsec protocol for encryption. Now we'll discuss how the GRE protocol works now. GRE packet encapsulation. That is the first thing. GRE encapsulates packets by adding a GRE header and a new IP header. Yes, means if you are sending a data, definitely you have a IPv4 header or IPv6 header with it. Now GRE header is added with the data and is an outer header. Like it is adding an IP address, say the public IP, say that is already you are having in the IP header, and the GRE header, it is adding a new IP, that is the private IP. In the GRE tunnel interface, it is actually having the private IP. Now, this encapsulation allows packets from various network layer protocols to be transmitted over a single IP network, maintaining the original packet structure. Supports multiple protocols like GRE tunnels can encapsulate protocols like IP, IPX, and AppleTalk. So these are the protocols that you are having, like the routed protocols that we know. Like it actually facilitates the communication path, the different communication path that you have in the routing, and it provides flexibility in network communication. And this feature facilitates the transport of different types of data across diverse network architecture. So it traverses different networks. GRE tunnels can span multiple networks, including different subnets and geographic locations, like the site you're having. And this capability allows organizations to connect remote sites and users seamlessly, that I was talking about. Benefits of using GRE. Then what is the advantage? Advantage is supports multiple protocols, simplifies the network design, then facilitates remote access, means from remote location you can connect, or you can actually leverage the use of this VPN from the remote location. Enhances scalability options because VPN is spread across the globe, so it is scalable, and improves performance across networks definitely. Now you have to understand IPsec in networking. IPsec, it is more secure than the GRE, but it is more complex. So generally, in case of say the asset level or CCNA level, we use a GRE, and in case of the professional level or the CCI level, that is the CCNP or CCI, we study the IPsec in detail. So IPsec is essential for protecting data exchanged over IP networks by ensuring confidentiality, integrity, and authentication. These are the three pillars that we know in any form of communication. And it operates at the network layer and can secure communication between hosts or gateways, means the routers also. You have to understand the IPsec. IPsec, that is Internet Protocol Security, is a critical set of protocols used to secure IP communication. Now, it operates at the network layer definitely, and it provides essential services such as data confidentiality and integrity. Means integrity is not so much there in the GRE. GRE is only having some basic encryption, but not the data integrity or the confidentiality at its base, like the IPsec protocol. And IPsec protocol has two modes. That is, one is the tunnel mode and one is the transport mode. And the tunnel mode is there, like that from the VPN to VPN, endpoint to endpoint connection. You can have the tunnel mode that encrypts the entire packet, that is the header and the body. Now, how IPsec works with GRE, because sometimes you have the GRE protocol, that is the underlying protocol, and then you are having the IPsec over the GRE protocol. Now, encryption of GRE packets. Now, IPsec secures GRE tunnels by encrypting the GRE packets, and it ensures that the data transferred over the tunnel is protected from unauthorized access and eavesdropping. Like eavesdropping means nobody can tamper the data. Authentication for data integrity. Now, authentication, it is a critical feature of IPsec, and it verifies the identities of the communication parties and ensures that the data hasn't been altered during the transmission. So that is the data integrity. Data integrity means, like in data link layer, you are having a data, you are receiving a data. Now it has a data integrity check, means that whenever it is receiving the data or sending the data, it checks that data is not tampered, so data is not altered. So it actually calculates a hash value, and it actually compares that hash value when it's receiving and sending the data. Now, modes of operation, IPsec can operate in two modes, like the transport mode, which encrypts only the payload. Means transport mode is not so secure. It encrypts only the payload, that is the packet, that is the body of the packet. And tunnel mode, that I've already told you, which encrypts the entire packet, encapsulating it with a new IP packet. So it encapsulates it within a new IP packet, and it adds additional header, and it encapsulates everything, the payload, that is the body of the packet, and the header. Now, what is the benefits of IPsec over GRE? It's enhanced encryption capabilities, you can see, then confidentiality of sensitive data, integrity verification mechanisms, now improve authentication processes, definitely, because in authentication, gone are the days where you used to have this PAP, CHAP, only these things, but more enhanced authentication methods are needed, and that is incorporated in the IPsec. Mitigation of IP spoofing, like IP spoofing attacks are there, like where we can spoof the MAC address, we can give the duplicate MAC address, like I am the hacker and I can give the same IP address that you are having in your PC, I can spoof your MAC. Now these things, definitely the IPsec protects over these things, and versatile deployment methods are there. So how to configure the GRE tunnels in the Cisco environment now? So we'll definitely configure it in a while. Now, first we have to define the tunnel interface. That is the first step. Yes, establish the tunnel interface by specifying the tunnel number and assigning an IP address to it. So first, definitely you have to give the public IP to the, say, the interfaces, maybe the serial interface, and then you have to define the tunnel interface, that is the GRE tunnel. But you have to understand one thing and remember one thing, that the data is passing through the transport interface, that is a serial, that is not passing through the tunnel is for the encryption only. Set tunnel source and destination. you have to identify the source and destination IP address to establish the endpoints of the GRE tunnel. What would be your source and destination, by the way? Source can be your source serial, and destination can be the destination router serial interface. In case of packet tracer simulator, in the source, it takes the interface name, but in the real router, it takes the IP address in both cases, in source and destination both. But in packet tracer, we use the interface name in the source, and at the destination, it takes IP. Then configure the routing protocols if you want. You can configure the routing protocols, like implement routing protocols to ensure correct routing of traffic through the GRE tunnel. Means you can implement RIP, OSP API, GRP. And also configure IPSec. Also, you have to define the tunnel interface, set up IPSec policies. The same things you can have in the IPSec also, like you can have the configure the GRE tunnel, and you can establish necessary IPSec policies for encryption and authentication, and then you have to apply the IPsec configuration to the GRE tunnel configuration. So this is about the GRE and IPsec, and also there are some use cases and applications of GRE tunnels, often combined with IPsec, are essential for secure and efficient networking across various use cases. Like in any enterprise network, you will find that like 70% of enterprises use GRE tunnels for secure remote access. 60% of companies have implemented site-to-site VPNs using GRE and IPsec, because VPNs are of many types. One of is site to site, means you are connecting different sites together, two or more sites together. One is the remote access VPN, one is the enterprise VPN. So these are the VPNs you are having. And here we are going to talk about the site to sites only. 45% means improvement in network performance noted with GRE tunnel, and 80% of branch offices connect securely via GRE tunnels. So these are definitely proving that the GRE and the IPsec are the two main protocols in the VPN nowadays, and it is securing your enterprise networks. Now, what are the challenges? Definitely, you have to have some challenges, like implementing GRE tunnels in IPsec can introduce big challenges, like it is complex configuration, and IPsec configuration is a bit complex one, and it involves a lot of steps. You have to understand the IPsec, you have to make the IPsec policy, you have to means understand every line, and then you have to incorporate it. But GRE is a simple one, but IPsec is a bit complex one. And performance overhead is another concern, as encryption tunneling can lead to increased latency and reduced throughput. So what are the key considerations for deployment? When considering GRE tunnels and IPsec, several key factors should be taken into account, like the effective network design is essential to ensure that tunnels are optimized for performance reliability. And additionally, the security policies should be implemented and should be well defined and well documented to protect data within the tunnels. So you have to chalk out the plans accordingly before implementing these GRE tunnels and IPsec over GRE. So GRE tunnels combined with IPsec provide a powerful method for achieving secure, efficient, and flexible connectivity across various network environments. There is no doubt, and it is well said by the integrated security solutions for Cisco networks. So this is about the discussion, the theoretical discussion about the GRE and the IPsec we have. And although IPsec is a bit lengthy one and it is a complex one, but we can implement a simple configuration in the packet tracer, in the Cisco packet tracer, using the GRE. So let me show you that now. So you can see that I have two routers, and you can give IP address to the PCs. You can do routing, or you may not do routing also. So you just need to go to the interfaces. Let's say 11001, and definitely it would be line protocol will be down, or is it is taking, let me see the interface status now. Show IP interface brief, and already I can see a tunnel interface there, but I think I have to reboot the routers. no shut 11001, and now it's okay. Interface tunnel 0, will it take? Yes, because here you cannot take the PT router, because on PT router this tunnel 0 is not available, or any other tunnel interface is not available. It is already up. You do not need to give any no shut command. Give the IP address, say it's a private IP you can give, like 10.0.0.1 if you wish, 255.0.0.0. Tunnel mode, specify GRE space IP. What does it mean? It means that it is using, the GRE is using the IP protocol that is 47 protocol number it uses, the GRE. Now in the other router also, you go there and you check out the IP, that is 11.0.0.1 public IP you have given here, and also in the tunnel interface 10.0.0.1. So you have to give the same IP. It is actually setting with the server. Can you restart a bit because there was a typo here. So we'll be giving 11.0.0.2 on the, say, the Ethernet interface that is actually simulating the serial interface here, and tunnel interface 10.0.0.2. Interface tunnel 0. You can see the tunnel 0 is up. IP address is 10.0.0.2. Tunnel mode GRE space IP again. And now the tunnel source and destination. So on the router 2, tunnel source, if I give question mark, you'll see it is taking the interface name. You'll give F0 by 0, not the tunnel. That is the main thing. You do not give the tunnel interface. Tunnel destination, it takes the IP address. Like the IP address of the Ethernet port here, 11.0.0.2. That is a remote routers. And as you see, the tunnel has come up. Here also, tunnel source F0 by 0 and tunnel destination, it should be 11.0.0.1, and the tunnel has come up. So as you see, we have created successfully the GRE tunnel. And if you see this show IP interface brief, you will see the tunnel 0 is up and the line protocol is also up, means the data link layer, network layer connections are there. And show interface tunnel 0, I can also show you that it is up and line protocol up and it is connected. So it is, everything is fine here. And it is encapsulation is tunnel. So everything is working perfectly. Now, if you want, you can incorporate the routing protocols here also. And later, if you want more security, then you can implement the IPSec. So this is a basic configuration of the GRE tunnel that I have covered, and I have also discussed the theoretical part. It is very important for your studies in case of the CCNA, CCNP, all these certification exams here. Because this VPN and GRE, these are the very important parts for your syllabus of the enterprise routing in the CCNA, CCNP, even in CCI levels also. So I thank you all for watching and joining this webinar once again, and I hope that it was very helpful for your studies, and also you can incorporate these these configurations in your enterprise networks, in configuring the networks, and you can secure your networks with VPN. And I have another news for you. I have a good contest running that you can have some questionnaire that will be definitely given. The link will be shared with this, and you definitely can attempt the questions. These are very easy questions from this webinar. And if you can give almost like, say, the 8 out of 10 answers correctly, definitely you are eligible for the certificate. And everybody should actually attempt this questionnaire right now, because this is very easy from this webinar. So this is all I have for today about the GRE tunnels and IPsec over GRE and in Cisco networks. And that is a very important topic for the enterprise networks, not only for the enterprise networks, I should say, but also for the security and the data center networks as well. So I hope that it will be very helpful for your future studies and future enterprises also, because you may be preparing for the CCNA, CCNP, all these certifications. So that is all I have for you today about the GRE tunnels. I will come with some new topic next time. Till then, keep studying and bye.